Yeah, Beemos versus Forsaken. The way around.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Overdrive League, Platinum League. And due to some rescheduling, it's going to be Beemos versus Forsaken Dreams. I'm your caster, the Desirooks, followed by my co-caster, Shadow. And what are we looking at right now, Shadow? How's it going to look like after that huge loss that Forsaken just had?
Well, we're looking at some standard bans, and after that extreme loss, well, I would think that Forsaken are probably just going to play it straight. I mean, they did have the 80 carry kind of DC at the very end there. Perhaps that DC might have been well warranted with kind of a refresher. Just kind of have your internet shut down on you, give yourself a break, sit down a little bit, maybe walk around. I don't know, whatever helps you take your mind off that game. As we get in here into Champions Select, we're going to see some very standard bans. Irelia and Morgana being taken off the table. Morgana kind of being the anti-counter pick against many tanks, and Irelia just being a very strong, potent pick this patch. So,
ooh, yeah, anti-pick doesn't even begin to describe it. A lot of the tanks nowadays, especially with that Rakan that a lot of people like to take, has that very sudden engage. Morgana can outright just counter it as he goes in, land the dark binding, and stop any else that the Rakan can do.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, some other notable ones is just kind of like the Cho'Gath that we saw from Komi's last game. Black Shield negates everything of his hit. But as we get further into the pick bans, we do see Lucian ban, Frostbite being a little bit of remembrance from last game, not really want to being able to face that, and Kaisa being also being a very strong 80 carry this patch, so they're just going to take it out of the way.
It still leaves some of the more potent junglers up.
Yes. Yep.
For grabbing, usually around first pick, the Zinjao, the Graves, Talia still doing quite well. Instead, they're going to go with the flex pick, and that's what this meta is about currently. Flex picks, everything's a flex pick now. So yeah, that karma locked in. We're going to see
jungle karma
response.
I'm waiting for the day that we get to see jungle karma. That's going to be the day. But so yeah, we don't actually know if that's going to go to Galbi. We don't know if that's going to go to Shamir. That's what we called him last week. My bad. But so looks like Forsaken's going to go a little bit in order. Darius in the top lane, giving Chromie more of that carry potential, not putting him on the tank Cho'Gath, more of the Darius who's going to snowball this game. So maybe Bajukson is looking to camp that top lane and get this Darius ahead. And
yeah, but taking it this early is a little bit risky. There are some counter picks that work pretty well against Darius. It's all about being able to either exploit early or out sustain and scale to the late. Darius, of course, definitely strong regardless, still one of the top laners out there. And speaking of top champs, Talia locked in by Bjarkason. Still trying to get it.
Bajukson. I'm calling him Bajukson. But so we actually do see End picking up that Nocturne that was so favored by the gold junglers last week. Cough, cough, Coach Mouse, I'm looking at you. But Nocturne being a more popular pick, especially in the meta of diving. I mean, though you were talking about that whole first blind pick, Darius, I do think the Darius blind pick is pretty okay, especially since Bajukson has picked up the Talia, because they're 2v2 if you count Handsome Jax versus End on the Nocturne and whatever Handsome Jax is going to take. Their 2v2 is probably going to be better than anything they can dish out, unless you maybe pick an Alawi. That's somewhere up there, maybe like a Creole, something, but...
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't really come down to the 2v2 all the time.
Yeah.
Darius, of course, as you said, he's one of the strongest top laners right now. Considered tier 1 in terms of top lane tier list. But
no problem.
What it comes down to when you're going against Darius is usually, if you see that Darius happening, it sways your champion pool to either take the hyper aggression early, say even a Renekton at that point, or just go for something that scales later and play safe against the Darius. That's why, you know, in this meta, top lane is usually reserved for like the last bit, or even saved into the second phase. Unless you go for the hyperflex.
So, yeah, I mean, Darius bot lane or Darius mid. We've seen both of them actually. I think notably in the LCK. It's pretty funny seeing Faker play Darius mid. that's very interesting. Well, away from that, we do see kind of second ban phase coming through. While Akali has picked up the Vladimir being banned out his own Akali. So Vladimir is going to help out the team comp. Very focused on the dive. I mean, Darius, Talia, Vladimir, all of these champions are very good at doing like maybe assassinating people or diving them or even cutting them off if you count that up. So very good. We kind of see a team comp here. So Thresh, Whoops is going to take his hand at the Thresh that he just faced.
I'm kind of liking the draft that's coming out of Forsaken Dreams so far. There is a little bit of concern in the way they're doing the order, but the way they're going with the draft looks much better than the draft they had planned with the first game that they just had against Illumination. But meanwhile, on the side of Beemo's, their draft is nothing to scoff at as well. It's also very counterable, but the damage you can output towards the mid game is absolutely massive, especially when that paranoia comes up for Nocturne.
I think what would make this team comp extremely good would be a Mordekaiser bot lane. Actually, you know what? I like Mordekaiser bot lane in general. I'd like to see him even without this comp. But something that would help the dive, maybe I like Mordekaiser's up there. It helps him chase potential. Maybe a Jinx. I feel like Jinx is one of the like marksmen that you'd want to pick with this comp because of like all the AoE and damage. Okay, they're gonna go for the supportive AD carry. They're just gonna Frostbite's gonna stay true to his name. Mainly just gonna help out his team with that enchanted crystal arrow. Just kind of shoot them out, hawk shots. Not really looking for the damage.
I don't like that whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan, but
that is, especially going at this late. It doesn't
benefit
feel good.
them.
It doesn't do good in the current meta. Ashes has very much fallen off with the way she plays at the moment. You have to go sort of a Blame the Rude King Runins build. Like crit is not even that viable at the moment. There are some crit workarounds where you go for the double BF, then do a Zeal, then finish Infinity Edge. But
it just feels weird.
Yeah, I don't like it, especially going against the MF and the Nautilus. The catch out is too easy. Following up with the paranoia. Yeah. I feel like Forsaken have drafted themselves into a hole.
I mean, like, the entire comp was okay. The Ashe feels like a supplement, kind of like helping them out. But you also, like, the toughest part about Forsaken's comp is especially the Ashe, right? Because you have a lot of damage in the Darius, in the Vladimir, and even Talia. But the Ashe doesn't give kind of like the damage or the utility that they need. Yes, you can catch people out with the enchanted crystal arrow, but that's not what you're looking for in Forsaken's comp. You're not looking for the catch out. You're looking for those giant fights. The Darius where he can reset, the Vladimir where he can pull into the enemy, and the Talia just doing DPS. I mean, sure, picks are fine, but with Nocturne picking up, like, Nocturne has a spell shield, so he's not really going to be caught out. Karma has a movement speed buff, and I mean, I guess Misfortune is pretty immobile, but she also does have a movement speed buff. So it's, I don't know. I can't really say I'm sold on it, but
I don't know. Okay, so I feel like the whole point of that comp is the catch out. Their 5v5 is it's pretty good, but I don't think it's gonna be good enough to where you want it to be good, as in terms of timing. It takes a while to get there. Specifically for the Ashe to get there, it's going to be like 30 minutes before the Ashe finally gets a full turn on. I feel like it's all about the pick. You have a good pick comp right here with the Death Sentence, with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, with the Seismic. It works together quite well, but I don't know how I feel about the damage follow-up. Of course, both Vladimir and Darius are kind of cheap in the way they work in itemization, so they can turn on quite fast. But who's going to turn on faster? The Misfortune, the Karma, and the Nocturne. I feel they have a much more higher pace in this game.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to decide on the early game. Very early game skirmishes, how these teams are going to be playing it. Because I think both teams, once they get snowballing, it's going to be very hard to kind of get away from the snowball, right? Because Vladimir, Darius, I think we've all seen kind of a fed Darius or a fed Vladimir running towards you and just chasing your entire team down, right? But you also have to go on the flip side where a Fed Nocturne, maybe a Fed Misfortune, or a Fed Urgot are also extremely scary. Maybe even a Fed Karma if you've ever seen like the full AP Karma. So
Okay. I doubt she's gonna go for like a super
yeah,
aggressive, like
yeah.
Rabadon's Death Cap Karma.
I'm okay with that.
But
Man.
usually when you go for Karma, you typically go a little bit more Magic Pen heavy because she has great base stats. It's just the scaling is a tiny bit on the weak side. And that's what makes her usually desired because she does flex that support while still doing great damage in the mid to early.
So, yeah, I think this game is just going to definitely decide on the early game skirmishes. I feel like I feel like Forsaken has a better catch-up mechanics in the kit. Vladimir will eventually scale into the late game, if it gets to there, of course. He'll eventually become that late game monster that most people know. Darius will be very scary when left unchecked in team fights, right? And Ash is just going to be picking people, right? They can pick people like with the Enchanted Crystal. You get caught out, right? But Beemo's Commandos are a little bit harder, right? Because if you've ever seen like a Misfortune that hasn't built the right items or was behind on items, she does poke damage to you with the ulti. So, and God just gets bursted. Karma, I mean, if Karma goes that supported build that you were talking about, kind of like the Magic Pen, a little bit more, not going to be doing the damage to scare people off, and she has a shield that got nerfed this patch. So.
No, I beg to differ. The Karma still does great damage. It's all about the base damage. It's just the late game damage is where it falls off.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess so. Like, I mean, I would have to go to there, right? Because if they do get behind, they're never gonna get to that like late game. They're never gonna be able to finish the items. I mean,
well,
I feel like
their comp is not for late game on the side.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like when you build Karma, it's usually like even Ardent Sensor's picked up on her sometimes, but Luden's Echo, Morellonomicon, it's all about amplifying that early damage, and that's how Karma works, and that's how also Misfortune works, because she builds lethality. Pair that with the Nocturne, they have a lot of potential coming in this mid-game spike.
I think both teams. Yeah, the mid-game, I would say Beemos has the better one.
Whoa. Panda Akali opted for the Electrocute.
Yeah,
that's a rare one right there.
Yeah, definitely. With the emergence of bot lane Vladimir, most people have been taking Electrocute in the bottom Vladimir due to the fact that they need to compensate for the damage that they're not doing in the early game. And some people have taken that actually to the mid lane because they've seen what bot lane Vladimir can do. And they want the early game damage plus just the burst damage to be more of an assassin. And if they are relying on those picks and the pick comps and the skirmishes that we were talking about earlier, then Electrocute does help with that better than kind of like the team fighting aspect of it. So,
yeah, but he has to skirmish if he's going to go for the Electrocute because Predator, if you're trying to do it without Predator and kill a Karma, it's not going to happen. Like, that's outsped, outran, snared, slowed down, and we might get a little bit of a fight right here.
Nautilus has started the dredge anchor.
Yeah, the anchor's yet to come out just yet. And there we go, onto the jungler who has to flash away. But the follow-up comes up big. So far, 1-for-1 exchange, and now that is 2-for-1 in favor of BCS as they go after Panda Akali. They make it worth it in the early jungle fight. Beemos is gonna take it.
Wow, yeah. And those kills, see, the question is, these kills don't mean much yet because it depends on how this gold is used, right? If these people are able to get that gold and get an advantage in their laners, then it's worth a lot. Because Frostbait got the kill in his on the kill for him, he's gonna get boots. And then Galbi is gonna get the kill, and we're gonna have to see what he picks up. Maybe a Dark Seal? Or nothing at all. Okay. That's interesting. But and then Shamir got the kill, which gives him a Reju bead, which probably won't help him in the laning phase much. I don't think that does much. It does help him get faster to the Targon place, but otherwise not much.
Oh man, tell that to Reju beat junglers like Warwick. Love that item.
This reminds me of the days where he took 3 Reju bids on Shin because it was really good on him. But
it's called the poor man's Warmogs.
Yeah.
That's what we call that.
So yeah, so actually, yes, the gold advantage is in Beemo's favor right now. It's 5k, but Forsaken got the better end of it, if you, in quotation marks, of course, because Frostbite was able to pick up boots for his lane, right? And nobody on the side of Beemo's really got an advantage with the gold they got.
Galbi was playing that weird. Like, he had an exchange, he could have won it, but he opted to go in when that blood was maximized, which overall makes it a net win for Panda. It's gotta choose your timing better.
And it's also due to the fact that he can't push against this Vladimir in this early game until level 2, because like right now, as you see, because level 1 he took Focus Resolve. He took the Focus Resolve, which is the boot. So you can't use that on minions. So he wasn't able to push as fast as he should have and been able to punish the early game with his Vladimir. Now he will be able to, but yeah, that's why he had to kind of take a bad trade. But
yeah, that's the thing about Talia, by the way. Melees hate fighting her. It makes her so good in the current meta because Xin Zhao, Graves, all those champions, including Nocturne, have a hard time against Talia because the more you try and chase, the more rocks you eat to the face. Even if you do close the distance, Seismic Shove pushes you back.
Yeah, but so we're not going to see much in this early game. We're going to see another Cloud Drake being first up on the table. Oh, really?
Yeah, in the jungle.
Yeah.
Introducing.
No flash.
Wants to be aggressive about the way he plays this, but yep, there it is. Seismic Shove. That's all it ever takes.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. Bajuksin going to be driven out of his jungle, unfortunately for him, and is actually not going to pick up anything, but maybe pick up a Darius in the top lane.
Yeah, so the fight is going to pick out Chromie a little bit too far forward, unable to land that Q, is introducing as he tries to turn onto Handsome Jack, who's doing perfectly fine as he gets that first lane kill against Chromie.
Yeah, I mean, he was just pushed up, and that was kind of weird, even though Chromie saw end in his own jungle at Raptors, right behind. Oh, cool.
Ooh, that was a very nice try to come out of Panda, but it might be a worse decision to come out of Galbi. Why did he stay that close? You know he has Ignite.
Oh man, that was just a simple walk up and just kill them. There's not much to say other than Galbi just really not kind of respecting the damage, respecting the electrocute, and there you go. There's the electrocute usage of this game, but
it was pure disrespect. Tides of Blood missed, which is already huge right there. That's like, all right, we're good. We just got to back away. Instead, he wants to keep the tether going.
Oh, more time.
We're going to have a gank come out. Shmurby gets hit by the Seismic Shove. Death sentence soon to follow last flush. And Byuksen picks up a kill.
Yep. And early game aggression coming out for Forsaken Dreams, evening up the gold and on the right members too. All 3 members that you kind of want to see it on: Talia, Vladimir, and even the Ashe if debatable. So not too bad for them. On the other side, Beemo's not looking too hot. Galbi wanted, so now we actually see why he didn't spend the gold in the very early game off that kill. Was he wanted to pick up an Amp Tome, and was it worth it? Was it worth it? Oh man, but
it all would have been worth it if you just respected Panda's damage. Like, come on, man. You're that low, you know he has Ignite. What's going on?
Well, I mean, the electrocute is kind of a little bit surprising for mid lane, of course, at least. So maybe he wasn't expecting that. Maybe he's more used to kind of Predator Vladimir. But yeah, that is a misplay on Galbi's side, just kind of not showing it. Ooh. Close.
Yeah, but even then, he would have died without the electrocute. The electrocute at this point, it does some damage. It doesn't do that much to the finish. That Ignite had just started.
Yeah, I would have burned him. Yeah, I would have burned him down. So, but yeah, didn't even burn Flash though. So really, yeah, just didn't expect himself to die. And I mean, we're not gonna hop on it any further. But Cloud Drake is gonna be coming up. Well, not coming up. It is still up for the taking. Both teams not really looking to take over this. Probably going to be looking at it for more of like kind of the medium for a fight as both teams want, as mid lane's going to be fighting.
Ooh, this is dangerous because Hemoplague still is up. Bloodpool has yet to be used. Hemoplague goes out, throws out the Q, but not really going to land anything when he's in Bloodpool. Still, though, the gank coming out at a beautiful time gets the kill on the Panda Akali.
Yeah, that was a simple kind of wanting to fight, but jungler comes in and messes that up. Oh, that's a flash. But really early, I guess he just didn't want to take the damage, especially just kind of threatening if Chromie started to chase him. But now he's not gonna have that flash, and Chromie still has the Noxian Guillotine. Ooh, TP in the bot.
Interesting. I don't agree with this TP usage to get the dragon. It's much better usage to come out of that, but out goes the paranoia.
I think they were threatening something. Either that or they wanted to directly go on bot lane, but they lost vision. The TP at Dragon was fine because I think Galbi was trying to back. Yeah, Galbi was backing, so he just it was a TP to Dragon, so you could get back to lane. It's just kind of a walk away, you know. So a little bit confusing, but it is what it is. But Enchanted Crystal Ale is available on Ashe currently. We might see some picks happening maybe in the jungle or even in this bot lane. I want to maybe see a gank from Pandy Akali down in the bot lane, especially with the turret aggro juggling that he can do. But might be a little bit might be a little bit not the best, but as a gank in the top lane.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall really set this up to be 100% successful as the Noxian Guillotine goes down. And overall, that's a brilliant use of that Talia right there. The Weaver's Wall does excellent work when setting up your ganks, when setting up sieges. Brilliant tool.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why Talia's so prominent in this jungle. It's just to the fact that more and more champions are a little bit less mobile, and it just punishes them. But
Galbi doesn't understand how the troll pool works.
Is that what we're calling it? The troll pool?
That's what it is.
So which came first, the troll pool or the troll pool?
Got the hook going out, a lot of damage on the Whoops. Out goes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, lands onto Bing Bong. Whoops still alive though, able to use that cage to stay alive. The box works quite well, but yeah, no mana on Bing Bong, and that's going to bring an end to that fight.
Just a flash by Whoops. Nothing else is burned. Nautilus still has the depth charge, but does not. I don't think he has a mana. Yeah, he doesn't have the mana.
Instead, opts in for the hook. There's no Enchanted Crystal Arrow this time, so it could be quite dangerous for this bot lane squad of Forsaken, but they managed to get a disengagement. Low mana bars all around both bot laners.
But, so, yeah, I mean, both these bot laners are just going to be trading damage, just auto attacks. It's mostly just...
There we go! The Beemo Plague with the burst does the job ever so easily.
He just walks up. He walks up to disrespecting Galvi and just kills him. Well, I mean, I guess that's one way to punish it. But Jungler's joining in this bot lane.
Out goes the Ignite on to Sherby. But Bjergsen is here, and the Paranoia takes down the support. He wants to continue Seismic Shove, not at the best of angles. The double up takes down Bing Bong. Other way around, Frostbite. And now Shmerby critically low, but still could go for the anchor kill. Bjergsen stays around too long, and Bing Bong takes him down.
That was extremely nice rotate, and Shamir actually engaged, though he did burn a slash later in the heal. But that was actually an extremely good engage, because he got the damage on Whoops, and then allowed N to jump on Whoops using the Paranoia, and then just trigger that entire chain of events. Jukesen stayed, trying to get the kill on Shamir just to trade back the lives of his teammates, but unfortunately wasn't able to do anything. Top lane might be a kill. Enchanted
Crystal Arrow does go out. One more auto should finish the job. Shield goes out. Still needs that auto. Lands it, and whoops. Catches Shmerby on a mistake. But still now down in that bot lane is Panda. Meanwhile, in the top side, Handsome Jack trying to take down Chromie. Out goes the kill from Panda onto Shmerby. Now Galbi in the mid lane fighting out with Bjergsen. And there's fights going all over this map right now.
Yeah. But, I mean, despite that, it's still even on... I mean, with all these kills happening, it is still even on gold with the Weave as well in the mid lane.
Oh, Galbi, I feel like he doesn't really understand how to play this champion. He keeps breaking his own tether, going a little bit too far forward, throwing his Qs at the troll pole. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he's. Oh
Go
my
and
god.
engage onto Bing Bong, who is ever so low. One more auto finishes the job, but a redemption kill coming out from Schmerby, as well as the depth charge out of tower range. Is Frostbite gonna stay alive for a little bit longer? But with Ignite out, it might be not long enough. Autoing, kiting, doing his best, but one more stomp of the ground finishes the job. And overall, that is a net win for the bot lane of this team. But Panda getting a little bit too far forward, uses the troll pull to forsake aggro, but with no predator, he's not going to find the kill just yet. Hemoplague goes out. We're going to see if that Hemoplague does finish off Galbi, and no, it does not. Overextending is Panda. Meanwhile, Handsome Jack wants to fight it out with Chromie. Out goes the Noxian Guillotine, and it does the job.
Oh my. Well, I'm going to say the statement now because I think it's accurate. These teams are very close and very even. They are exactly the same on goals. Like, fights happening around the map. I mean, these teams are close. I won't say the players are close, though. So, a lot of things happened. Panda Collie played really aggressively. Well, kind of deservingly at least, because he's been very successful this entire game, but finally gets punished for it. Oh my god, more fighting.
We're not done with the fights just yet, but out comes the ultimate from Bing Bong, who does so much damage! He's looking to find the double up kill, and the Frostbite, he gets the double kill! Bing Bong coming up huge, and that's gonna claim first tower.
That was extremely nice by the members of Beemo's Commandos, bot lane, Bing Bong, and Shamir. So at first Shamir was the one getting caught out, but when you burn all your CC on the Nautilus, the tanky one, and your AD carry is free to lane, it doesn't spell good, as Ocean Drake's going to be taken by Beemo's Commandos, and that's going to be the second one of the game. And oh no, he's going to play very aggressively now.
That troll pill coming out at a very bad time. The fear makes it impossible to attack back, and introducing Paranoia to the mid lane.
Yeah, that was quite interesting due to the fact that there's a loud noise that tells you when the enemy team takes drag. Oh my god, more fighting in the top lane.
Yeah, the fighting does not stop. Chromie trying to battle this one out. 5 stacks means Noxian Guillotine is nigh, but it's not off cooldown just yet. Still, Decimate finishes him off. And Chromie doing ever so well. 3-1-1 in this top lane.
No.
But here
Goon
comes
Squad.
the lane swap. Goon Squad doesn't quite make it just yet, though.
I have found my quarry.
Oh man. No, what makes it truly the Goon Squad is when Paranoia comes out and the bullet time comes out, so you can't even see where the bullet time's coming from and you're taking a bunch of damage. But okay, well, they got 2 turrets in that play and are now good 3k gold up, and looks like Forsaken Dream's gonna push back themselves. Oh, TP.
Ooh, this is very, very risky. But still, it is Handsome Jack. He does complete the teleport. Out goes the Hemoplague. Anja introducing, who's in a lot of trouble. A world of hurt. Still hasn't died just yet. Noxian Guillotine goes out, but it's far too early. Still introducing, able to take down Panda before he falls himself to Chromie. The fight going back and forth, 2 for 1 so far. Chromie still alive. That Juggernaut buff doing ever so well for him, but not well enough as Bing Bong's able to take him down. Now Handsome Jack on the hunt for Whoops, who's slowed, and this is his never-ending demise as he's devoured by Handsome Jack.
Well, that Rift Herald was taken up by Shamir. And I think, yeah, he's gonna summon it in this mid lane, pushing it. And that was a fight brought by the 2 members, Chromie and Panda Collie. They were trying to contest the Rift Herald and ended up sacrificing 4, yeah, that's a lot of damage, but 4 members, and even if, yeah, 5th.
Oh, down goes Frostbite, and Shelly wants to get one more dash before going down, slams into that tower. As you know, those towers have been changed, that they only heal in thirds now. So that damage, a good chunk of it's going to be permanent.
Yeah, and Bing Bong is having the time of his life, having the misfortune game, being able to just press all and be not contested at all. That is one of the dreams of misfortune players, just being able to use your ulti and not. Actually, you know what? In 80 carry and 80 carry players in general, just being not contested for a fight, and not much CC is being thrown over to Bing Bong, and he's just going to be able to have free reign in these fights, and that's what's basically chunking out the members. And introducing is doing his own, but it is. I feel like it is just mostly Bing Bong just shredding through, and Shamir just CCing everybody. So.
Yeah, earlier when you were saying they're even, I didn't really feel that way about it because even though the gold was even, at this stage of the game, that type of work benefits this team drafted by Beemo so much because they spike earlier. In the long run, it would have worked for Forsaken if they could have defended all the attacks that Beemos were doing, but now we're seeing it exponentially start growing. Already a 5K lead for Beemos, and they just keep bringing it. And here comes the paranoia, looking to find the target. Bjergsen can't get off the seismic shove in time. And now a chase onto Whoops and Frostbite. So much damage coming. Now, Whoops, you made a mistake as Bing Bong takes him down.
Yep. And this is just going to be...
Oh, Frostbite, what are you doing? It was time to run away, but now it's time to die. Meanwhile, in the top lane, LG Handsome Jack fighting out with Chromie. Still 5 stacks on Chromie. Wants more. He flashes forward with the Decimate. He wants the Noxian Guillotine. Ever so close. He bleeds to death. Doesn't even matter. But with that note, the inhibitor under attack. Out goes the Emo Blake. A lot of damage on the Panda Kali, who's trying to deliver a lot of damage himself, but it's not quite enough as he falls down to Bing Bong, and the inhibitor goes down regardless.
Wow. 2 games in a row, the base is already broken. Oh my god.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, so we're just gonna... I'm gonna pretend that everything's done now, hopefully. And there's now a 6K gold advantage going over to Beemo's Commandos. And, oh man, so... Yeah, so we're seeing the reverse pick comp where... Oh my god.
This is a fight comp. Bjergsen goes down, getting too close. Respect the damage his team brings because they are online right now.
I'm just not gonna speak. It's gonna be more fighting.
It's permanent fighting at this point.
It's permanent fighting. We're in solo queue now. But
this is what we talked about. Forsaken, their decision making.
Yeah, it's very questionable. So, I mean. We're just okay. So now that I have the time to speak, yeah, definitely we're seeing the reverse pick comp here. We're seeing Nautilus, we're seeing Nocturne doing their job, being able to just use all the Nautilus using the immense amount of CC he has, Nocturne just using that innate diving mode, and just being able to pick out the members that are out of position. Whoops is feeling Whoops and Frostbite are feeling the brunt of it, while Panda Kali is just bringing himself to them, trying to kind of carry his team, but you only have a protobout. Oh, no, fight. Oh, never mind. You have a protobout, dude, and you're not really going to be doing the massive damage that you see from like a 2 like even a 3 or 4 item Vladimir. So, oh, more fighting. Okay.
Oh, whoops, a little bit too close. Once again, out goes the Emo Blake doing a lot of work, but look what's even doing more work at this time. It's the bullet time. They find 2 so far. The Dragon's starting to run low, but so are the health bars of Forsaken as 4 members go down in a Dragon attempt.
All right then. So that's gonna be Baron. That's definitely gonna be Baron. I feel they are very strong to be able to do this Baron. They got Karma with the shield. Okay, you know I don't even need to explain that. The 10K gold ahead. That's enough. But so I do want to note to those viewing, Twitch is having slight problems right now. So if you refresh the stream, Twitch is gonna be down. So if you refresh the stream, you won't be able to watch the stream anymore. So I'm just gonna put that out there, as Twitch is having problems and Baron is going to be going down to Beemo's Commandos. So,
yikes! Don't refresh it. Stay tuned. Don't touch that remote.
48 hours in, still have not refreshed Twitch. Oh. So, Beemo's Commandos already taking 1 inhib, already having super minions pushing down this mid lane, already looking comfortable to be looking to close out this game, trying to match the last game between Forsaken and Illumination. Not as dominant, but looking to contest their kind of victory and have a little bit of competition. But so what can Forsaken do? And that's the real question here. Can they make it out of a 10K gold deficit? Realistic answer, probably not. Ideal answer, they have a few options at their kind of command. They have the Asher, which if they are able to catch out any member, yeah, I think any member except for I think Handsome Jack, they will be able to kill. with all at least 3 or 4 members with the enchanted Curse. Or they just need to let Darius get online. Once Darius gets online, he can take over these fights, ideally, while everyone else is being distracted. And if he's left unscathed during these fights or unnoticed, he can definitely make a lot of devastation. Also, they have to stop Bing Bong from actually like ulting and like immediately burst him. But looking very grim right now.
Yeah, honestly, what they need to do is stall out because Vladimir in the late game's a beast, so is Ash if you can get to that crit point. But at this point, stalling only makes you bleed more if you can't actually defend these towers. And we're seeing right now, Beemos is just chonking through tower after tower as the hook goes out. Dredgeline lands flush. Bjergsen has to flash away. Out goes the bullet time, and here comes the paranoia. They're going to find Bjergsen, who's just barely escapes by the skin of his teeth. Out goes the Noxian Gate team. The Resurrection coming out from the Guardian's Angel. So far, it's a 1-for-0 exchange in favor of Beemos as they set their sights on to this Nexus Tower. Bjergsen caught again. Can he make the escape? Number 2, the answer is no, as he falls. And now the Nexus exposed Chromie is set to fall next, but not before Handsome Jack falls. And 23 minutes into the game, Beemos look to slaughter Forsaken.
Wow, these games are really fast today, man. But definitely, that was one of those games, as you said, was just completely even until you realize the fact that one team is just a little bit better at the mid game than the other, and even is exactly what they want to be looking for. So, Beemos really understand. I would say that they really understand that. Kind of look really, just kind of stall for that mid game, and then, yeah, just use their comp. Especially like introducing, really capitalizing on that paranoia, Bing Bong having the time of his life on that misfortune, and that's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Galbi went for the support mid. It looks like he was kind of lost on what he was doing for a while, but then, once his teammates turn on, all you have to do is follow Bing Bong around and just give him a shield here or there, keep him going, make sure he's healthy, and he'll do all the work for you. And that's exactly what Bing Bong did. That is a 21.0 KDA absolute beast.
Yeah, I mean, especially. So, also, I mean, looking at the damage charts, it's just, yeah, Bing Bong was kind of the sole purpose. I mean, also introducing being a very big factor as well, but those 2 members being, and I would like to say that the Karma was an extremely nice pick there, especially when you got those 2 carries on your team, being able to support them and help them, and just basically let them let loose is just amazing. So, otherwise, yeah, that's the story of the game. And with these fast games, there's nothing else to say other than just one team just displayed kind of just better understanding of the team comp than the other one.
Yeah, it's the way the cookie crumbles. Forsaken experiencing their 2nd loss of the day. How do you come back morally from that?
I mean, they have a week. They have a week before they have to finally once again play again. And I mean, in that week, perhaps they'll find something. Definitely, they looked like they were playing a little bit like solo queue in that game, just kind of getting caught out, not really coordinating anything, and just kind of doing their own thing. And perhaps they'll look to fix that. But
yeah, so I think that's gonna do it. Unless you have any more closing statements.
Well, I don't think so. Otherwise, Twitch is still having problems. Depending on how Twitch fixes itself, we either have another game tonight, Beemos Commandos versus Illumination Empire, the 2 teams that have kind of unfortunately for Forsaken beat them, or if Twitch continues to have these problems, we might have to shut down the stream early. And in that case, I will say the kind of introductions, well, the closing statements, June 28th will be our next stream between Bronze and Silver and Gold Leagues. It will be, I think, for Bronze and Silver, week 3. We haven't scheduled that yet. But, yeah, so it'll be happening at the exact same time, 7 p.m. Central Time. So, that's all I got to say, at least.
Yeah, so for the moment being, thank you for joining us. This has been Overdrive League, Week 2 Platinum League. I'm your caster today, Desperx, followed by my co-caster, Shadow, and we may see you later, depending on Twitch's problems. But if not, we'll see you another day.
What?
Still spend this time with me. When I go, I want nothing else but you. The smell of your old perfume still on my shirt. It's like you're here. Tell me, why can't I have you? Yeah, you got me under your spell. The more I scream, the less you hear. Am I just leading myself on? Yeah, I come alive to the sound of your silence. 'Cause I'm hunting down something and I don't even know if it's real. So many times have I climbed up this mountain, but still I try to catch it, yeah, I don't even know if I will. But I can try, but I can try, but I can try, but I can try. I saw you with him last night. What does he have that I don't know? I tried to imitate him. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause you are the Wild West, and I'm just a gun with no ammo, but still I give it my best. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I come alive to the sound of your silence. 'Cause I'm hunting down something and I don't even know if it's real. So many times have I climbed up this mountain, but still I try to catch it, yeah, I don't even know if I will. But I can try, but I can try, but I can try, but I can try. I come alive to the sound of your silence. 'Cause I'm hunting down something and I don't even know if it's real. So many times have I climbed up this mountain, but still I try to catch it, yeah, I don't even know if I will. chasing whatever kills. For so long, I forgot how it feels in the dark of night. Tabletops counting eyes in the early hours. Stone cold inside, banging drops, dancers, never needing answers. We wander all alone, but we can't find the street lights gone. We wander all alone, but we can't deny the street light people.
Only darkness inside me. I wish I could find you, but I can't see. Like a flower needs the rain, I need your love to help me kill my pain. I wanna find you, I wanna know who you are, 'cause I'm alone tonight and I need someone to care about me now. We go, we go.
All right, we are back with the last game of tonight between Beemo's Commandos and Illumination Empire. We're doing the last game no matter what problems Twitch has, but so we can show you the entertainment. But I'm gonna be Shadow, one of your casters, joined by me on the caster desk. Will be, hey, it's Blitz from last week. What is up?
What's up? I got to see 3 sentences last week. I'm hoping I can get in a few more this time around.
That's a pretty bold statement. Do you really think I'll let you do that?
Maybe. It depends on how hyper you're feeling.
Oh, okay. But as we get into champion select here, we're going to be seeing two bands already off the table. It's going to be Aurelia and Karma. We saw the Karma from last game by Galby. So the Karma was pretty potent, and that will be taken off the table. Really helped out his team. And the Ziggs giving Eno playing Ziggs, playing it very well against Forsaken Dreams, going to be taken off the table. Otherwise, what else bands do you think we'll be seeing here?
We'll probably see a Kaisa ban just because Kaisa's really strong in general in the meta right now. But I'm not sure about anything else because I don't really know these teams in particular because I was not here for the past big game.
Okay, so here's the crash course, right? Both these teams played extremely good games today. It was Illumination Empire finishing the game before 20 minutes, 1939 against Forsaken Dreams, playing an extremely nice comp with the Ziggs. So they played Ziggs in the mid lane by Eno, and he basically took Inner Turret, I think 10 minutes in. Inner Turret mid lane. That's something. Also,
the Nocturne ban, what is this?
Oh, okay. So that was last game, Beemo's Commandos versus Forsaken Dreams, and introducing played the Nocturne and played it splendidly. Yeah, there's the Kaisa pick. Not a Kaisa ban, as you thought, but it will be.
She's basically pick ban right now.
But yeah, so it is from last game. because introducing played an extremely good Nocturne last game, and that's why they're going to ban it out. Otherwise, the Mundo ban is from You Are Being Muted, who also played an extremely good Mundo game. On their game versus Forsaken Dream. So there's that. Otherwise, we do see the Lucian being picked up by Bronze Gatekeeper. So this is actually really interesting. Demon King 4, he played Sejuani in his game, but so Bronze Gatekeeper was the support in the first game, and they had a role swap and also a sub because their AD carry was not available to play the second game. So now they have MST Negate. Really interesting. But so Bronze Gatekeeper played Thresh in the first game and is now going to be playing Lucian in the bot lane. But
all right, so we have a Sejuani pick here, which is probably one of the better picks for dealing with Kai'Sa because just armor stacking is absurd on that champion. But it's
also
probably not
burst
one of the
damage.
better picks overall, and it might make us presume that they're going for a more team fight based comp rather than skirmishing, but we'll have to see later on in the.
Yeah. And with Beemo's Commandos picking up the Tarek, I want to see a Master Yi, but with the Echo being locked in, I do not think we're probably going to see Master Yi, but I think that.
Is that going to be an Echo mid or an Echo top?
I would like to lean towards Echo mid due to the fact that Echo mid is just kind of better in all aspects. We have seen Echo jungle a little bit of Rising, but we are going to see the Assassin matchup in the mid lane, Echo versus Talon. Who do you think will win the Assassin matchup?
I'm not too sure about Echo's early game, but I feel like Talon should win that, but he needs to get an item first.
Okay.
I feel like Echo has better base damages overall, but like if Talon gets a Duskblade or Yomu's, then he'll start winning the trades more.
Well, that.
Also going with an Ignite, so
yeah, so
that's spicy.
So we are going to see second ban phase going through. Urgot ban is going to be taken off the table. Handsome Jack did play Urgot last round. Did not really make a good showing on it, but it is on his top lane champion pool, so they are going to take it out of his kind of potential picks against the non-existent top lane pick that I thought was already picked. Okay, that's happening, but so we do see kind of Mira's mid lane, AD carry, and junglers are going to be already picked up. So these bans are going to be mainly towards the top laners due to the fact that support not really that influential overall. I would like to see maybe a Rakan ban due to the fact that Rakan is such a good support, but looks like we are not going to see that from Illumination at least. Though there is that Alistar heads up.
We're noticing a lot more bans trying to take out their top laner rather than the jungler. Well, at least on Illumination's side, but I'm not too sure if this has anything to do with the skill of Beemo's top laner, or if they're just like they're more afraid of a top lane champion than a jungle champion coming out. So, I feel like Nami pick though, that's pretty good for Lucian, but getting the 3 auto buffs is actually really good because he'll do things like auto dash and then auto twice again because of his passive. And he'll probably run press the attack or conqueror. I'm not sure which one yet. We'll have to see later, but
yeah, it just
the Ornn pick.
Good. It's a really good blind pick. Very tanky. Helps out the team. Doesn't have too many bad matchups, though can get punished. So not too bad for Handsome Jack.
If they do somehow get to late game, like really late game, that Ornn is not going to have a fun time as he no longer has a passive to buff himself up. He no longer has base damage to help him out as everyone has the level, like...
His Brittle was a lot of damage.
Yeah. But it's like... And there's no reason for him to stack damage anyway.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they're trying to play more protect the ADC comp here, which is pretty good with Kai'Sa. So...
But...
Jax
against the Ornn. And
I was hoping Lucian top.
Yeah, Jax flat. That's why they have the Nami. It's to help the Jax. But so I've seen this matchup a few times. What?
TP?
Lucian? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
really?
he will. Yeah. You take TP bot lane when you think the matchup won't be as hard. Kai'Sa Tarek isn't going to really pressure a Lucian, definitely. So it's debatable, but yeah. So TP is mainly taken when you don't think when you don't think you need the heal. That's basically the thing. It helps you get back to lane faster and just helps you kind of gain an edge, especially if you TP into like the lane when both bot lanes are backing. It does help you out a lot, so you can kind of see that. Also, so I've seen this Jax versus Ornn matchup a few times, and every time I've seen it go Ornn's way. Ornn's base damages are insane, and Jax just isn't able to kind of have the damage in the early game to cut through the tankiness of Ornn. But I still believe Jax has the. I even despite all the times I've seen Jax lose this lane, I still think Jax has the winner. I still think Jax does do well in this lane, but
I believe that Ornn wins it, honestly.
yeah,
just
I mean,
because
I mean,
he has
evidence
base
has
damage,
shown.
He has a knockup. He has all sorts of slows. Jax really doesn't have too much base damage, and although he does have an escape option over Ornn, he just doesn't have the damage output early enough without an item.
Mm,
So
I
it'll
don't know.
basically come down to how safe the top laners are playing for that lane matchup.
Yeah, I mean, like, Jax has a counter strike, right, which dodges auto attacks, but
Ornn does not abuse auto.
yeah, he does not really use auto attacks too much, other than blocking Buddha, of course. But I don't know. I still feel like I still stand by the fact that Jax should do well into Ornn, but I mean, like in theory, but in practice, no,
Yeah.
not at all.
It's so much harder for Jax to be better than Ornn in practice. But
Yeah.
so next up we have the jungle. Oh boy. This is gonna be an interesting jungle, as Siobhan is likely gonna be farming for half the game. And I'm not sure what Sejuani does in the jungle, so
Well, so with the recent buffs to Sejuani, she got AP ratios on her E and her W, and also the fact that she can now proc E subsequently, like without any penalty, like there's no cooldown. People are now going Runic Echoes on Sejuani, at least from what I've seen. Last Sejuani Demon King 4 did not go Cinderhulk, did go Cinderhulk, so I would assume that he's going to go Cinderhulk this game, but I mean, you never know, of course. So
I mean, taking the Runic Echoes for the early damage could actually help out his top lane or bottom lane. Not really his bottom as much, but just for that little bit of edge that they need that Shyvana usually won't give in the early game, might actually have Illusion winning this game.
Yeah, I
Getting
mean,
a small gold lead, that farm lead, push lead, burning TP, all that stuff.
yeah, I mean, that's definitely it. But we also have to kind of note the fact that in the mid lane, once again, I want to go back to this assassin matchup. I feel like if either one of these assassins get rolling, it's gonna be game over. It's like I'm trying to imagine somebody that can probably stop these assassins, and the only ones that I can think of, right, is Ornn and Sejuani.
And honestly, I feel like it's a lot worse if Echo starts to snowball rather than Talon. Because Talon is noticeably more squishy. Although dealing more damage, he doesn't really have an escape option other than parkour. But
Parkour.
But the biggest problem there is that, like, if he isn't able to kill Kaisa fast enough, he's likely going to get bursted down into oblivion with Ord and Tarek probably covering Kaisa.
But I mean, that Tarek might be able to get that Cosmic Radiance off and protect his carries. But the question is, can he protect his carries before they get bursted down? Because when you think of Lucian, when you think of talent, you think of burst damage. You think of hardcore, just immediately burst damage. And Tarek ulti takes 2.5 seconds to come down. I mean, okay, but we do see Lucian picking up the plus the attacks, so he is going to be going for more of kind of a sustained damage build.
It looks like that means he's also going to be particularly aiming at one person in a fight, which usually isn't the best option when you're an ADC and likely going to get dived by at least 3 different champions on the enemy team. But
I mean, Echo Shyvana already.
Yeah, and then there's Orange should probably be helping Tarek with protecting Kaisa in the backline by pulling out a CC, but you never know when he plays like me and just goes in and completely forgets about his AD carry, and then you lose the team fight and then lose your Nexus, but ignore that.
But so yeah, we're gonna see these teams start out, and we're gonna see some interesting adaptation with Owen not actually picking up anything. He's gonna pick up 2 pots. So
Well, I mean, that's one way to start off lane.
I think the reasoning here is that he wants the potions and the control ward for his safety, right? He wants the potion, and then throughout the lane, he's gonna buy items that helps him in the lane. I think that's the reasoning.
I mean,
So
it
he
would
can
make
actually
sense since, like, with the refillable pot, he's able to heal a lot more at the start. The control ward keeps him safe from potential early ganks, and while he's sitting there farming gold, Jax will have to recall, go all the way back, burn his TP just to get into lane, which will overall probably take about 10 seconds. And in those 10 seconds, Ornn will be pushing and farming,
Mhm.
and he can buy items basically whenever he wants as long as he backs up enough. So.
We're also gonna see Negate picking up the coin, which is quite interesting. Due to the fact that he's gonna be looking for more of a passive lane, not really kind of just getting the coins and farming, which is quite interesting. Where you see Spell Thief's Edge being the preferred kind of starting item for Nami, but I guess he's just gonna go for that instead. Also, Kaisa picking up the Dawn's blade shield,
Oh,
thinking that
wait,
he's gonna take a lot of
so
poke damage.
We do actually. So right here, here's something really important. Demon King's already taking the Raptors of introducing, which is really good because Raptors are probably all.
Boom!
Meanwhile, in the middle lane,
Yeah, in the mid lane, he goes back in with the phase dash and ends up taking his own life. And Eno did not deserve to get that kill, but gets it in the end.
so that was actually a fairly calculated play by Illusion. So like,
Calculated.
even if, oh my god. So even if Gulby TG didn't go back in, Demon King the Fourth was actually able to sit there after taking Raptors and dive him and just make the kill for himself with a nice little dash.
Yeah,
He was
perhaps.
really low, and that's all he really needed.
Yeah, but I mean, we also kind of do see Handsome Jack being at a disadvantage in the top lane. Already burned both his potions, already pushed up to his turret, and this is kind of the danger of only starting potions. And perhaps he will get an item, but it's not as good as Muted still having 2 potions of his corrupting potion. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But Eno already showing a really nice showing in this mid lane, really showing up, and.
This is actually the opposite of what I thought.
In the top lane, we do see introducing actually ganking. You are being muted. Gets slowed up. Gonna use the counter strike to stun up on. Bella's left isn't gonna do much. Flash coming out from Shavon. A flash from You Are Being Muted, and he's gonna get turned. Tower's gonna take down introducing. Wow said Juwani's gonna chase down with the red buff, trying to get the frost stacks. Isn't gonna be able to get the dash up. Is actually gonna flash forward. Gonna get the stack. Gonna stun him up. Not gonna be close enough. Counter strike's gonna miss. Tower's gonna be hitting. Not gonna kill You Are Being Muted, and he's gonna go back in. Not gonna do much, and that's gonna be the end of this game. But oh man, in the end, 1 kill going over to Illumination.
Alright, so, oh, I was saying Illusion, haven't I been? Well, I'm an idiot. But either way. So,
Yeah.
Illumination's getting that strong lead they needed. I guess I really underestimated Talon's base damage. But, we see You're Being Muted already picking up 2 longswords, whereas Handsome Jack has a control ward.
Yeah, he hasn't. How much? Hold on. How much? Yeah, he has 800 gold, and he could probably spend that to get maybe a cloth on or something just to help him fight against You Being Muted. But he's not even gonna back. He's not gonna really buy.
He really should back.
He can buy whenever he wants. It's not. There's no cooldown for. There's no cooldown for Living Forge. It's passive.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Yeah, he's just gonna back to heal up, but. Yeah, so the reason why we're actually seeing mid lane such a discrepancy is that Eno Beemo in the last game played Ziggs, and he played extremely well on the Ziggs. But meanwhile, Galbi was playing against Vladimir. Oh, we're going to see a gank in the mid lane. Demon King actually not going to be able to get anything. But Galbi was trying to face Vladimir as Karma and just kept dying and dying and dying against Vladimir. Just disrespecting Vladimir's damage and just getting solo killed. So. I mean, we're seeing that discrepancy here. Despite these teams kill, oh my god, as the flash comes out, and that's a solo kill. Full Handsome Jack, that was extremely nice after getting the Glacial Shroud. But
not only that, but like he still has enough HP. He can stay. He does not have to back him. He does not have to back again.
definitely.
Mostly because he already TP'd in. And your being leader does not have TP, so he has to take the long walk all the way back to get farm. Just while Handsome Jack sits there and gets all the CS he wants, but he does pick up a Tiamat. So, also gonna point out, Bing Bong decided to choose Doran's shield over Doran's blade, and it's actually working out pretty well because they're playing defensive.
Yeah. Though the mana, I mean, these 280 carries are actually exactly the same health-wise, of course, even CS-wise. So definitely with the Dawn Shield, I mean, we've seen Bronze Gatekeeper trying to make a lot of trades, but that's not really working against the Dawn Shield. But we do see Handsome Jack in this mid lane, and Beeno is going to go in with the Ignite, going to be able to take out Galby, but Handsome Jack's going to trade it back with Call the Forge God, and Worth? Worth?
No.
No? Okay.
That is actually in my opinion, that is in Illumination's favor, simply because Handsome Jack wasted his ulti for that.
Oh, okay. Maybe some more fighting. Okay. But
So, despite getting a small bit to like bring back from their point of deficit, he no longer has ulti to trade with You're Being Muted.
yeah.
So, that might be a serious problem when You're Being Muted hits 6 and starts pressuring him in lane a bunch. So,
Yeah. Also, a thing to note is the fact that Eno actually got the kill, but Handsome Jack got the kill as well. So even though Handsome Jack is okay to get the kill on, he's just going to get tankier. But Eno is really the one that we're going to be highlighting, right? He's the assassin. He's going to be killing everybody, and he's going to probably make a bigger impact in this game than Handsome Jack. I mean, assassin-wise, of course, too.
I mean,
So
it looks like Galby's already
has Moby Boots.
absurdly behind that. He has to start
Yeah.
building sort of semi-tanky, as he is not only at a 30 CS deficit, but is 2 kills down.
Yeah, he's 1,200 gold down right now currently. But especially with Beeno taking up that Moby Boots, I mean, he's going to be roaming on the map. He's looking for kills. And, like, you can see that in positioning of Demon King. He is walking into the jungle right now, going to be meeting Introducing. Though Introducing is already level 6. Beeno is going to be spotted on a wood. They're going to be looking to fight maybe over this Mountain Drake and start it. Otherwise, looks like all tensions are gone.
Well, now it's simply come down to boring laning phase where everyone sits there CSing until one of them decides to move.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I'm fine with this too, because now I get to talk. Never mind.
But also, I do want to note that Twitch is working again. The refresh doesn't affect people anymore. It's back up, and there's no problems with Twitch anymore. So, not looking too bad.
Alright, we see a couple of...
Yeah, okay. In this top lane, we do see Introducing in versing it. You Are Being Muted. Call of the Forge God. Counter-Strike is going to stun up Handsome Jack. Not going to be able to get the second. Well, it does look like the dragon is going to be going on. Plus the attack is going to be procced, and he's going to go down. Demon King 4 is here in the top lane, but not going to be looking to do anything else. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Bond's Gatekeeper, the calling is going to go out, and nothing else is really going to be happening as Tarek is there to dissuade stuff. But it is going to be Introducing, going to be pressuring this top lane with Handsome Jack. So,
Alright, so right here, Handsome Jack is winning the lane, but that doesn't matter nearly as much as Beeno winning his lane, especially with how hard of a lead Beeno is.
yeah, nothing's really going to be happening. In the top lane, TP came out from You Are Being Muted. In the bot lane, more fighting is going to be happening. Is the tidal wave is going to be coming. They're going to be chasing down Introducing, looking for the kill. And it is going to be going over to Demon King 4. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the fight did go off. Flash coming out from Tarek, but nothing else is going to be burned just yet. Bond's Gatekeeper is looking for more as he's going to get stunned. Not going to get stunned up. Cosmic Radiance plus Bubble is going to be going down, but nothing else is going to be changed as the invulnerability is going to do that. Is going to dissuade anything, but with the title caller's blessing, he might be going for more, but unfortunately, he's not going to be. Well, unfortunately for us, but Beeno is here. Flash is going to be burned, but he's going to flash himself. Going to take down Bing Bong. TP is here, but they are actually going to be surrounded themselves. Tarek has no mana, and he's going to go down to the Ignite. That's a double kill for Beeno. They're going to be trying to chase over to Handsome Jack, but he's too tanky to get so. And they're going to be trying to run away from this fight, but he is very strong himself. Shyvana is on the way, though. And she's going to be going to Krugs.
Man, if I've ever seen it. But, so, with this, they're just... Okay, why?
It's not over just yet. But, actually, it is. I lied, sorry.
Never mind. Okay. So, this is really important. Beemo went down bot and took 2 kills, which not only gives Bronze Gatekeeper and Negate the assist for a little bit of an edge they need in the bot lane, along with kills and the absurd amount of farm they already have, but Beemo also snowballs his lane too. Mountain Drake's going down.
Mountain Drake. And
Got it.
Mountain Drake, I'm not too sure about this Mountain Drake. It is good for Shyvana's passive. She does get armor and stuff, but if you look at the team comp of Beemo's Commandos, they don't really take down objectives too fast. I mean, Kai'Sa's very good at that, so I mean, there's that. And
They need Kai'Sa to not be dead and not be
Yeah.
so.
And first turret's going to be going over to you are being muted, and that's very strong. Due to the time that, oh my god, Call Forge God is going to be going down in the mid lane, and Parallel Convergence is not going to get the stun. He's going to be able to pull a cool out of there. That's going to be the Glacial Prison happening in the mid lane, and that's a turn. Zonius is going to go out. That's actually the stopwatch, and it looks like Handsome Jack is going to be all by himself. But who's going